Hey there, how's it going? Don't know why I'm asking you how's it going. Just being polite. Hey, why don't you put that in the comments below? So I'm going to try and keep this shorter because I've noticed that it is getting on a little bit. I've always been worried about not having enough content to talk about on the videos, but I realised that my vlogs have been getting increasingly longer. So let's try to keep that down. One thing that's come up recently. Now, okay, context. Again, lots of context. I don't have a TV license. I do not watch live TV. This might be strange for some people. It's one of the reasons why I'm around YouTube quite a bit. I watch on-demand TV. So you don't need a TV license for that in the UK, as long as you're watching on-demand, which is fine. I'm sure they'll change that later on, but for now, that's cool. Works for me. Saves me about, £10 a month, something like that. So I'm cool with that. Watch stuff what I want, whenever I want. Great. So it tends to be a lot of YouTube, rolling around on there, iPlayer, that sort of thing. Not really an issue. Now, you still get adverts, not on iPlayer, things like 4OD, YouTube and all that. One thing that's been bugging me a little bit recently is the Skype call noise. I don't know why all of a sudden this has become a thing. I don't know if it's trying to be all modern and whatnot, but I've seen quite a few adverts, or more, heard quite a few adverts, with the Skype incoming call sound. Now you might think, what's that a big deal? That's not much, it's just like a normal ring. It's not though, because I have active at any point at least 2 devices near me, or / on me, that are logged into Skype. Usually at least 3. Yeah. So it's quite irritating when I'm not paying attention. An advert comes on and it's on beep boop boop beep beep. I'm like, Jesus, which one is it? What's going on? Check all the phones and devices quickly. What's signed in, what's not? Oh, it's the TV again. Oh, I should probably see if I can change the tone on that. I'm not sure if I can. I'm a tech guy, I'm meant to know that stuff. I'll find out. But yeah, you may be asking yourself, why does he have so many devices? Well, I'll answer that. Being a tech guy, work for a phone company, and various benefits. Usually ends up I have multiple phones for multiple reasons. I've been ambassadors of stuff, I've won stuff. Brilliant. But the reason why I normally have at least 2 phones on me, usually 3. Let me list them. I'll do it in more detail some other time because it is quite a lot of detail, the differences. But I have an iPhone 5S. Recently got my first iPhone as well. Still not sure of it. I still feel a little bit of a traitor, and you'll find out why in a moment. But I like it. I do like it. It's the first iPhone I've actually liked, hence why I've got it. That is my personal phone. That is my personal phone because it can still get the most apps, and certain apps I can only get on there, including one called Geek Chat. Sounds possibly lame from the title, but I'll go into that. It is exactly what it sounds like, Geek Chat. It's chat for geeks, it's socialising, and it has been a lifesaver this winter period. My probably best mate for a while moved away a few months ago, and it's been kind of sucky not having someone close around like that. I've got other friends who are close, but not quite as close, and living alone, it gets a little bit lonely. I'm fine, I'm a bit alone. I've always been a bit alone, I can deal with it. But this app came along at the right time. I got my iPhone, I got on there, I noticed it, I was like, Geek Chat, really? Amazing community. I think it's still relatively new app, increasing more and more. The best people on there tend to look out for each other. A fair few of them are mods as well, so it's good, and it's great to meet other geeks in that, because where I live, it's not really the biggest town, and there's not really shush Xbox. Oh, there's one in there. It's not really the place. There's not really many places to meet geeks as such. There's not really a community. The only place I can think of is possibly Games Workshop. I'm not really into that this much these days, and it's a bit out of the way, and it's not really my thing. Whereas other places have been much better for that. So it is great for meeting other geeks, because I do miss that. I miss being surrounded by geeks. I kind of had that in Reading where I used to be before. a little bit before I moved around a million times. So yeah, it's been an absolute lifesaver. I've met some people I'd generally call mates. And yeah, cool. Got people on the Xbox from there, got people on Steam, I've got really chatting. Probably half the people following YouTube now are actually from there as well. So yeah, it's cool. Great people. But yeah, that's one of the reasons why I couldn't get rid of the iPhone now, because it's only available on that. Which isn't a complaint. I mean, it is what it is. I've got that. No, it's absolutely fine. It's also at the moment on audio duty for this, because it is actually my separate mic. Hence my previous video to do with iTalk. See, linking it up. My second phone is my Nokia Lumia 1020 in yellow, naturally. You could say you bugger. That I won from Nokia. Absolutely brilliant. I've actually won quite a few things from Nokia. It started getting a little bit silly, and I had to stop entering the competitions on their training website because I didn't have to, but I felt a little bit guilty. I've actually got a wireless charger in the room I need to do something with. Yeah, but I won a 1020. Amazing. It's not the first time I won a phone, but usually it's for doing something. It's my camera. It is what I'm recording right now. Absolutely amazing. It's the one that's got a 41 megapixel sensor, Carl's Zeiss lens, whatnot. It really does live up to the hype. It is absolutely amazing. You don't zoom, you just take a picture, you crop it from the original image, which is a 34 megapixel image. I think that's what it saves it, and then you crop down. Yeah, it is. So no. Yeah, so that's what's recording my videos at the moment. Brilliant. The only drawback, of course, is, well, two things. The audio isn't amazing, which might be partially because of the camera grip / tripod mount / extended battery add-on that I have on it. And secondly, I don't actually have any indication of whether it's recording or not, so I always double check before I start the videos now. So that's little quibbles. I won the phone. It's an amazing phone. I'm happy with it. Brilliant. The fact that I can have a camera phone that can do this sort of thing is amazing. Thirdly, I have a BlackBerry Q10. I know what you're thinking, BlackBerry's dead. It's not dead. Full disclosure, I am technically a BlackBerry ambassador. I won't go too much into detail. I don't really want to mix too much work-related stuff, but I got that as part of that ambassador scheme. It's not the first time I've been an ambassador. I've been an ambassador for HTC previously as well, and I'm not technically a Nokia ambassador, even though I should be. But it was basically mutually agreed upon that there's no point because you get a free handset as part of it, and I've already got one of the top spec ones. Yeah, I do really like the Q10. It is really, the new BlackBerry 10 handsets, not perfect, but what handset is, they are really quite nice to use. And I use that for my work, that one. So yeah, I do use it as a smartphone, rather than just a camera, which the 1020 has been relegated to. I do like it. I think it's quite underrated, but they have shot themselves in the foot a little bit in recent years, so they're kind of clawing it back. I believe they might be able to do that. Hopefully, you know. Otherwise, I'll have to give the phone back. Yeah, but the Lumia, I am technically a Windows Phone developer, Windows 8 developer, Windows business ambassador, whatever you name it with Windows, I probably am it. And for a long time, for years, probably about 3 years, stuck with the Windows phones. Occasional Android phone, which I don't have now for other reasons. Got obsessed about changing the software. Yeah, and I felt like such a traitor going to the iPhone because I've always been like, oh, I don't have an iPhone, oh god, oh people. I got it for valid reasons. It was the only valid upgrade I had when my upgrade came out because I won the 1020. I've got a Q10. I've had an Android handset before. I'm not allowing myself, because of modifying reasons, to get too obsessed with that. Mess around too much. Yeah, so there's the reason why I have 3 phones usually around me. Other than that, recently, with the cool sound stuff, got the Elder Scrolls Online beta key yesterday, as well as apparently the rest of the freaking world. I really, really feel for you if you didn't get a beta key. I'm just hoping I can get it installed and actually play it at some point this weekend, because of course I'm working the entire weekend and working tomorrow, Friday. We'll have to see how it goes. I've still got Oblivion to play anyways. I'll admit it, I have not played Oblivion or any Elder Scrolls game other than Skyrim. You know, we're not perfect. I actually had someone the other day on Twitter jokingly having a go at me for not playing them and judging me on that. I'm like, I know, but I've got this long list of games. I've got about 30 different games I need to play still, and they're just building up. I just do not have the time to play them all. Do not have the time. But what are you going to do? I haven't got the time. I could be playing it right now, but look what I'm doing. As Will Wheaton says, play more games. Tabletop, Geek and Sundry thing. You should check that out sometime. Yeah, anyways, I probably don't want to carry on too long because I bet this has gone on way too long anyways. And I shall hopefully do a vlog tomorrow, maybe the next day. Try not to overdo it with stuff. Anyways, cool. Cheerio.